So today I'm making a very simple spaghetti with meat sauce. This is another cooking video basically showing you an easy way to cook. It's geared towards beginner cooks. For example, my cousin, I showed her how to make an easy French toast recently, and some of you liked that I did just simpler, easy recipes with pantry items or store-bought items to prep a meal. So for example, spaghetti and meat sauce. These three ingredients here: 1 pound of spaghetti pasta, 24-ounce jar of store-bought spaghetti sauce, whatever brand or whatever type that you like, and 1 pound of lean ground beef will get you spaghetti and meat sauce. I am going to be adding 8 ounces of white button mushrooms, a little bit of chopped onion, maybe half of this bell pepper chopped into the meat sauce, and it's going to be a hearty meal. You can exclude these 3 items and still have your spaghetti with meat sauce with these 3 items. And season how you like. If you want more veggies, different type of veggies, it's very versatile and easy to make. So first things first, because I am sort of gearing this towards beginner cooks, when you get mushrooms like this, to clean them, you'll get a damp towel, damp cloth, and just wipe off the debris. Just like that. And actually remove the stem. You can save this for stocks, soups, boil them down. They're actually fibrous, so I discard them. Or if I know I'm going to make some sort of vegetable stock, I will save these in the freezer. But you basically take your mushroom, damp towel, and just wipe it. Let's see here. You wipe off the debris just like that. And that's how you clean it. You never want to run these underwater because these mushrooms act like a sponge, and if you saturate it with water, they don't cook very well. They won't saute or brown. So I'm going to repeat this process for the rest of my mushrooms. And then I'm going to slice them. Okay, so I'm going to start by making the meat sauce first. Here in my pot or pan, I have about 1.5 tablespoons of oil. I have this preheating over medium heat. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually saute the mushroom. I've already sliced them. And this looks like a lot, but it's definitely going to cook down. Okay, so I actually have this small burner at a medium-high heat. I'm going to push that off to the side. Now I'm going in with my onion and bell pepper. In the same pan here, I'm going to add my ground beef. And depending how cold your ground beef is, will determine how high you have to have your heat. If you have cold ground beef, the temperature of the pan is going to drop drastically and stop sizzling. But if you already have it preheated to a medium-high heat, then it'll work out nicely. Season your ground beef with salt and pepper. I'm going to use a variety of dried spices in this, but it really is up to you and what you have available. I'm going to use a combination of garlic powder, onion powder, dried Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. Now that my ground beef is cooked and seasoned, I'm going to add my jar of pasta sauce. And I like to add 1/3 cup of water, swirl it around to pour in any residual sauce left in the jar. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. I find that this balances out the acidity from the store-bought pasta sauce. And you'll want to do that to taste. Give that a mix, bring to simmer. I'm going to cover this with a lid and allow it to simmer and cook for about 20 minutes. Now it's time to boil my spaghetti pasta. So I brought around 4.5 quarts of water up to a boil. I'm going to add close to a tablespoon of salt. I'm just adding a hefty pinch. You'll want to salt your pasta water. Now I'm going to add my spaghetti, and then I'm going to give it a mix to separate the noodles. And I'm going to let this boil and cook for about 10 to 11 minutes. And I'm going to show you, this is what the box instruction recommendations are for al dente pasta. It's 10 minutes. I like to take it a little further, so I'm going to go for about 11 minutes of boil time. And you'll want to make sure the water is boiling before you add the pasta. Now my meat sauce is done, so I'm just going to give it a stir, give it a taste, check for any seasoning or salt, and this is ready. I'm just going to shut off the heat and let it set here until I'm ready to use it. Now my pasta is done, so I'm going to drain all of the water from the pot, and then I'm going to add it right back into my pot. I know a lot of people like to add oil to keep the pasta noodles separated, but honestly, I don't do that. I like to add pasta sauce just to flavor the pasta because I want it to soak up all of the flavor from the meat sauce. And if you add oil, it kind of defeats the purpose of the pasta taking on the flavor of the sauce. But do what you like in your kitchen. I can't control that. This is ready to serve. At this point, you can top your spaghetti however you like. I am actually going to be using cotija cheese. Grated Parmesan cheese is best, but I have cotija cheese in the freezer and it's crumbled, so I'm using it. I like to add fresh parsley, some cracked black pepper, and this is dinner. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.